Every sound feels delayed tonight, like the city is answering itself. Stairwells under flickering lights, cold rain dripping through broken ceilings, subway vibrations beneath black concrete, static air hanging across the district, long shadows stretching through side streets, smoke floating underneath dead billboards. Nobody speaks inside these buildings, only echoes trapped inside the walls. Lost inside hypnotic repetition, acid frequencies twisting through darkness, like corrupted electricity through steel veins. Nobody searching for escape tonight, only movement, only shadows, only baseline shaking the floor. Traffic moving without direction, cold windows reflecting tired faces, train signals flickering through black tunnels. Everything feels emotionally distant, static underneath sleepless sighs, mechanical tension inside every breath. Even silence sounds artificial now, empty, frozen, disconnected. Signal distortion, pulse increasing, no ending inside the transmission. Shaking steel foundations, dark silhouettes beneath red lighting, moving like ghosts through industrial fog. Acid distortion ripping through the system like fear translated into sound waves. Everything feels cold at night, cold lights, cold air, cold concrete. Concrete echo. Disappear. They stay underneath the city. frequency is still active, but nothing human answers anymore. Transmission. Empty transmission. No signal. No signal. Inside moving trains, empty faces beneath flickering lights. Every expression feels emotionally erased, like sleep vanished from the city years ago. Static underneath exhausted eyes, electric tension beneath pale skin. Even breathing sounds artificial now, mechanical, frozen, disconnected. Pulse unstable, signal collapsing, no silence inside the transmission. Across warehouse floors, base pressure moves inside the structure. Every reflection feels distant and unreal, like time stopped inside these buildings. Static pressure beneath tired eyes, metal tension underneath pale skin. Even silence feels mechanical now, frozen industrial, disconnected. Ghost signals, fading systems. No silence inside the ruin. like time stopped beyond the horizon. Station lights flickering above deserted platforms. Every reflection feels emotionally absent, like the city forgot its own identity. Electric tension beneath sleepless eyes, static pressure underneath pale skin. Even silence feels unfamiliar now, frozen, distant, disconnected.